Current Feelings, Exit Girl by Ratbag, and The Lung by Hiatus Coyote. I have an appointment today in about an hour. I'm gonna tell you how I currently feel. You know how I was like pretty elated in the video I posted earlier? And this is a natural part of life. You're gonna have your ups, you're gonna have your downs. I feel like shit. So, y'all already know about my irregular periods and stuff like that. Been bleeding for about a month and like a week at this point. The period started all the way back in May, like the second week, maybe even the first full week of May. And right, you would think that I would go to a doctor for that. One would think, right? But the thing is, I usually think I could handle it. I thought the issue was I didn't have my iron. And then the whole thing with the diabetes and my sugar being so high. Because when I'm thinking about generating blood, I'm thinking I need more sugar, right? So now I'm regulating my sugar and I'm taking my iron. And somehow I feel like shit. I feel like shit. And because I don't feel well, it takes away my want to cook for myself. I just want to sleep. I don't want to check my sugar. I don't want to inject myself. I just don't want to be awake right now. I don't want to go to my appointment. I don't want to eat because I feel nauseous. Right now, I'm just eating nuts because fat and protein. I know it's not a meal, but it's like all I can, not necessarily stomach, more it's all I can do right now. Like I can't really do anything. I could stomach stuff. That's not the issue. The issue is the cooking. So that means I'm gonna have to be up and about doing things. And I just can't get myself to do it right now. So that's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at today. And I wouldn't say like it's not a mood swing per se. But like some days I have days where I'm like, yeah, I'm doing good, everything's fine, everything's dandy, I'm doing great. I felt really good yesterday in the morning when I made the appointment. I felt fine. And then today I'm just like, ain't shit funny when you bleeding. Just, it isn't. So now, because everything is just annoying me right now. I got a short fuse right now. I just really wanted to show like the reality of me being full stop. Because I know I show, more authentic parts of myself. Like I don't edit the videos, but at the same time, at the end of the day, everything is so edited to a certain point. Oh, 111. Prone Messagia. That's what I'm currently listening to. So yeah, I'm just listening to music so that I can block out most things right now. Oh, that's waiting for me. Little update. Bye, y'all. Love you. Oh, I forgot to put my headphones in. Give me a second. So, first of all, I'm sweating. Sweating. Second of all, here's YouTube playing in the background. And third of all, good evening. Days later. Days later. It was just, you know, I wasn't feeling good earlier. I give you my reasons. um, I don't have it queued up, so I can't. Yep. Oh, okay, it's trying to play. I'm not playing any music right now. I just have my headphones in. Oh, I was gonna eat, but it's currently still too hot. I made myself pasta, which is what I ate the last time, but it's a different. It's different in the way that it's made with spinach instead of mixed vegetables, and it's a different type of pasta, but it's still a similar shape. Anyway, big. It's so noticeable. Yeah, I just really that was mostly it. um, I'm recording now because I want to put a video out. I just literally haven't put it together because I was just like, eh. I also had, I don't know whether I posted it, a podcast episode. Um, but I watched a movie yesterday. I watched They Will Kill You. It's literally the second movie I've watched this year. And the first one was Wake Up Dead Man. So that tells you how long it's been since I have watched a movie. I also started watching Death of a Unicorn. Um, so ever since 2024, I had, well, back in 2024 when it started, I had this resolution that I wanted to watch more movies. Um, because the media I engage with, I rarely actually watch like creative shows. Um, I am mostly a YouTube watcher. I watch a lot of YouTube. And when I'm not watching YouTube, I am watching cooking shows. So, um, and on the very, very, very rare occasion, which I started getting back into, except for they don't have the second episode. The second episode uh, is the second episode from I think the third season. On the website, I'm trying to watch it because I have a Crunchyroll account. I just don't have a premium Crunchyroll account, so I can't watch the new season of newest season of Doctor Stone. Um. Anyway, I am still watching it, but like on the very rare occasions that I do watch something else, it is typically an animation of some type. Like again, if I'm not watching YouTube and if I'm not watching a cooking show, it will sometimes be anime, but usually that space is also filled in with TikTok. So I watch a lot of TikToks, but I don't put them in the same category because I also watch TikToks while I'm watching YouTube, which means that they are not the same thing. They do not occupy the same level. Um, but yeah, there are very few times where I actually watch like another show, and it takes a lot for me to watch an actual show. Like I don't really watch shows with plot and stuff like that. I really don't. I really don't. The closest thing I get to watching a show has been like animation. I don't really watch shows by myself. Reality shows, those are fine. Because like they're reality shows, they're still realism. No one's really playing a character that isn't themselves, right? Not playing the character of themselves. Um, but besides that, for me, I find it also, if not equally, maybe a little bit less than hard. Yeah, I did put one on. It was bothering me. Um, I it takes a lot for me to watch a movie as well because that is like dedicating hours to one thing, right? For me, the hang up of starting a new show is, again, I hold shows with real people in a different caliber than like animes and animation. Animation I find the easiest to throw on and watch because I could just like pick it up, drop it, whatever. Anime, I could pick it up. Usually I kind of get engaged with it. Sometimes I don't. That's fine. I do not often DNF animes. But if I do, then it's because I either got confused by the plot or got weirded out. um, yeah. So, but with shows, it's like I have to read what the show's about, and even then, like, it takes a lot for me to get interested. The last show that I remember watching, like putting on myself, I forgot what it's called, but it was German. And it was this lawyer guy who he was like the on-call lawyer for this mafia man. And he ended up killing him because like he was getting in the way of his family. Of his life, and work life balance, you got to keep that. But yeah, that was probably actually that was probably the last show that I've watched with plot, like finished watching. I think that they're going to make a second season. I wouldn't know. It was on Netflix. Don't have Netflix anymore. Um, so I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna know. I'm not gonna try either. Cause like Netflix, it's really hit or miss. It's often a miss. But they have had some shows that I've like piqued my interest somewhat. Um, yeah, but the only other show I could think of that I watched by myself, beginning to end, is Brand New Cherry Flavor, and that one was weird as shit. I loved it, really enjoyed it. I watched that back in college. Um, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure I watched it back in college. Um, and I was just like, this is the exact level of weirdness that I need and can tolerate right now. Like whenever cuz I was heavily depressed in college. And when I am really depressed, I need to indulge in like some really off-putting stuff. That sounds worse than what I mean, but I'm like I just need to watch something weird, to feel something. Because I go very numb when I am depressed. Just and when I was in college, I was the most numb. But I would still probably like the show if I watched it now. Anyway, this is all about like movies. I'm talking about movies, man. So my goal, my resolution in 2024 was to watch more movies, and I did. I watched quite a bit. I started rating them, and then 2025 I had the same thing. I wanted to watch more movies, and I wanted to like keep up with keeping track with the amount of movies I watched and stuff like that. And in 2024, because I was trying to watch more movies, I watched some interesting stuff. Uh, in 2025, I felt more like I was trying to keep up with the movies that I was seeing um, online and stuff that were coming out, because I just wanted to know like the hype, not like the ones that were coming out at the time, but the ones that I had seen in the past that I was kind of interested in. Um, and now I'm just doing that. Like, besides Wake Up Dead Man, I did want to watch. What was the movie that I just said? Oh, um, They Will Kill You. I saw the trailers for that, and I was just like, it confused me in a way of like, I can't tell really what this movie is, besides like how I described it in my review of it, which very short clip. I rated it a 6.7, I think, out of 10, because it wasn't bad. It was just, it said that its description was that it was a horror comedy, and to that I would say it's not really a horror comedy. I would still keep the comedy description because you could see that they tried to make it comedic by how brightly lit everything was, um, how kitschy, I think is the word, the deaths were, because nobody really died. Um, the sound effects were very exaggerated, as well as how over the top really all the action was. That's where I could see why it was like that is the style of comedy. I wouldn't call it a horror though, because there wasn't really necessarily anything horrific about it. I would say it would be a thriller because it was thrilling. um, the way I described it is I called it a thriller slasher comedy because the amount of deaths that happen in it are um, slasher adjacent. Like all these people are dying in these various ways that are comedic and stuff like that. Um, which, in my opinion, if the only way to do a good slasher is to have that comedy with it, otherwise it turns into like gore for the sake of gore, and I don't really like that. I don't really like that. But I came out of it being like that was certainly a movie. It was certainly something I watched. I didn't dislike it, but I also wouldn't rave about it to anyone. It was forgettable at the least. Yeah. So I wanted to watch Death of a Unicorn because when I clicked on it, I saw all these movies that I had seen trailers of or heard people talk about in passing that I was just like, oh, I want to watch that at some point. And so I was like, I mean, but even at the end of the day, I haven't finished it. Oh my gosh, that reminds me. And now I can't. So I never finished watching Frankenstein. And now I don't have Netflix, so I can't. never, never got to. Um, yeah, I really like. That's the thing about the movie. I really like the fashion. Could not care less about the actual movie and the ranting and raves about it. I was just like, eh. I don't know. But yeah, different day. I'm feeling much better considering. Ooh, sorry. I'm checking my blood sugar, and I completely forgot that I haven't eaten. It's gotten down. It's gotten lower. So I'm gonna. Good night. Love you all.